Hey folks, it's Joe from the United Survivalists Network of Ontario, and today I'd like to talk to you about the security aspect of our survival plan. And with that being said, one of the things we should consider about our security plan is firearms. We've done pieces before on the 12-gauge shotgun. We've done them on the 22 as survival arms. But today there's a lot of people out there running around with handguns and assault weapons and things of that nature. Not a day goes by where you can't flip through the newspaper and see somebody getting shot, or somebody being caught with a loaded handgun. So today, as part of our survival plan, we're going to look at what some would consider an assault rifle. They're pretty common. And even if you do not handle firearms, or you have no interest in obtaining a firearm, it's always good to know what the other guy's carrying, okay? Because although you may not want to carry a firearm as part of your survival plan, you can bet that there's going to be folks out there, become a disaster, or something happens where society is broken down. There are going to be a lot of people running around with firearms, okay? And if you know your basic types of firearms, what they're capable of doing, ranges, functionality, things of that nature, you'll be better equipped to handle the situation. And today, I'd like to talk to you about the CZ. Okay, this is a Czechoslovakian-made firearm. Okay, the first thing you're probably going to notice is that it looks like an AK-47, which it's not. Okay, they're basically look the same, but they function totally different. Okay, this particular firearm is legal to own with just a pellet. Okay, it's a non-restricted, non-prohibited firearm. It's got the 19.5-inch barrel, okay, which makes it non-restricted. It's semi-automatic, which means it fires one shell or one bullet for every time you squeeze the trigger. Okay, now it does come with a 30-round magazine, but the laws here in Canada mandate that they have to only be able to hold 5. So I'm going to try to show you on the magazine. There's a pin right here, okay? So this magazine has been pinned at 5 rounds, which makes this magazine legal here in Canada, okay? So before we get into a lot of things with this firearm, I just want to show you the basic functions of it, okay? So this, we've got the clip out of it. We can see the magazine well. We're quite exposed to the muzzle, or to the breech, which we can see that there's nothing in it. We're just going to work the slide a few times just to make sure. And you'll notice when I pull it back, there's a button right here, okay? And that's your slide stop. Of course, your safety's on, safety's off, okay? And your magazine release is held at the left side of the gun. You just press it forward and it releases the magazine. Alright, so that's the basic function of this firearm. The magazines rock in, okay? Because it has no ammo in it, or no bullets, it's got a slide stop, okay? So if we just lower it a bit, allows the slide to move forward, and now the firearm is ready to fire, okay? And you just flip the switch off and you're ready. Okay, so safety's back on, slides open, magazine's in. Okay, so this fires a 7.62 by 39, which is the same round that the AK-47 fires. Okay, or some people call it the Russian 30. This particular model comes with a folding stock, and it's about 6.5, 7 pounds. Okay, so in a moment I'm going to show you how to field strip this. Now we've cleared the gun. We know that it's empty. Okay, for the purpose of this video. Alright, so for the purposes of field stripping this today, I prefer to have the stock extended. Okay, so we're going to move the bolt forward. Okay, we're going to take the safety off. Of course, we've already made sure again that the chamber is empty. There's no magazine in it. There's no round in this gun. Okay, after we've checked to make sure that it's empty, we squeeze the trigger. Okay, and then we go ahead and we just remove one pin. We slide the housing forward, which allows us to take out the springs. Okay, we're just going to set them aside. From there, we grab the charging handle. The whole assembly just comes out. Okay. Now, we have on this particular model a gas port similar to the AK-47, and I've slid it in there, so now we can slide this up, okay, which releases the cover, and this allows us to remove the gas rod, or at least that's what I call it, and it's a spring. Okay, so now this firearm is basically field stripped for cleaning. Okay, we have readily access to the breech in the chamber, so that can be cleaned. We have access to the gas ports, which we can clean as well now. Okay. And that's basically how you field strip a CZ for cleaning in the field or at home. Okay, these particular firearms, because they are military in origin, they're very easy to maintain. Okay, they're very easy to shoot. They're mass-produced, which, you know, in some cases will allow for easy maintenance. I feel so. To put this gun back together, okay, we just basically slide it in, slide it forward. Okay, you'll notice that you have the rod that comes up. You depress the trigger, it slides down. We re-engage the springs. Okay, that's the bolt assembly back together. So we're going to slide it down. We're going to engage the slide stop. Okay. We're going to insert the gas spring, gas rod spring, whatever you choose to call it. Okay. We've just reinstalled that. We put the housing cover back on. Okay. Slide the pin in. Okay, and for me, I have a little rubber washer that I like to throw on the end of this particular one, just because it rattles. That's basically the function of your CZ. Okay. There again, magazine release is on the side of the trigger. Okay. Okay, we've engaged the safety, and basically, folks, these particular guns are very easy to maintenance. You can use them hard, and they're known for their reliability. I just want to touch on my way of storing this particular firearm. Okay, if you should decide to purchase one, okay? And that would be to take the pin out, or slide it forward, take the spring out. Now, you just grasp the bolt carrier, slide it up, the whole assembly comes out, okay? What I like to do is I keep the springs and everything with the firearm, okay? Slide the pin back in, okay? Now the bolt and the firing pin are now out of this gun, and this is how I would store this gun, okay? So, if for some chance somebody managed to break into my home and make it past the safes, the locks, the dogs, the gun is useless, because I've stripped the bolt carrier out of it, and I've stripped the firing pin out of it, and me personally, I always store them separately from the firearms. Like I said, whether you decide to strip the bolt carrier and the firing pin out of any particular firearm is kind of a personal choice, I guess. I do it just because it's a safety issue for me. Okay. Basically, folks, you know, we do this, it's just an extra step in securing our firearms against theft or accidental discharge or whatever the case may be, because the firing pins have been stripped out of them and they're being kept separate from the firearms themselves. It is just an added safety feature for us, okay? No firing pin, no bolt carrier, no accidental discharge, no, you know, whatever the case may be. So that's just my personal take on it, and I hope you've enjoyed, you know, this little introduction to the cz858, and we'll see you on the next video.